Today, I'm going to show you 5 things that you can get for free for your garden. And you're going to want to stick around because the last one is the best. And the best part about it is that you don't have to leave your house. I decided to do this video because not too long ago, I did a video on gardening with crates. And in the comment section, it was implied that the only way you can get crates was to steal them. Well, they also mentioned you can buy them from uh, Walmart, but they were saying that it would be too expensive. And that's not the case. These crates were not stolen, and it got me to thinking, people don't understand that if you want something in this world, nobody's going to knock on your door and just hand it to you. You have to ask for it. And that's what motivated me to do this video. So these are 5 things that I've gotten, and I'm going to give you a bonus at the end, that I've gotten simply by asking for it. All plants need nutrition. This is most of our go-tos. This is not my go-to. This is my backup. I didn't used to use this hardly at all, but because now I'm gardening on a homestead and my garden is roughly 3 times the size of what it was before, I cannot generate enough nutrients to keep my garden nourished. So that's my backup, but the ancestors didn't have that. Our ancestors couldn't go to the store and just buy nutrients for the garden. So that's where I'm going with this. That's my theme. Uh, this here is an example of what I used to do. This is how I got free coffee grounds. I would go to Starbucks. Didn't have to be Starbucks. Some still do. You have to just go and you have to. There's that word again. You have to ask. And I had an arrangement with the manager where I would bring in a bin, tub, tote, similar to this, with a plastic bag, and leave it in the corner. And the deal was I would come back every 3 or 4 days, and instead of them throwing the coffee grounds in the trash, they would dump them in the bag. It was no sweat for them. They'd dump them in here, and I would pick the bag up and replace the bag and leave the container because it made it easier for them, especially if they had to move around when they were cleaning. I can't tell you how many pounds of coffee grounds I got from just from asking from that one store. And you may say, well, why do you need coffee grounds? Most of the experienced gardeners would know why, but if you're not experienced, coffee grounds add nitrogen, and they add calcium, phosphorus, a couple other things to your garden. And again, obviously, it's free. Um, I put them on my potatoes, cucumbers, radishes, carrots, peppers. There's a lot of things you can use those for, and it doesn't cost you anything. And so that brings me to this. This is one of my favorites. Yeah, I mean, it's wood. This is wood I gathered from around the homestead. Took me about 45 minutes. It's full. I use this for my kindling, but you can also use it for wood ash. I have a fireplace, so I get my own wood ash. If you don't have a fireplace, maybe you have a friend or a relative that has a fireplace. If you don't, just go to the park one day, maybe take your kids with you, and just gather up free uh, wood. I mean, there's branches and twigs and what have you, and take them back. If you have a fire pit, use a fire pit. If you don't, you can use a barbecue grill. There's ways you can use these uh, branches and burn them and convert them into wood ash. Well, why wood ash? Because again, they give you nutrients. It's potassium, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium. There's a lot of nutrients that you can get from out of this, and you don't even have to put a lot of effort into it. This is something that's good. It's free. That's number two. Said I would give you five. Number three is even easier, and it requires very little work. And that is free seeds. Yep, free seeds. These are seeds that I got. Didn't cost me a dime. The best time to go for these seeds are in the spring. There are several places around the country. If you're in the U.S., probably in other parts of the world also. But um, I got these particular seeds from the Free Seed Project. And then there's also the UNCF, and in West Virginia, they have a free seed program called Grow This. How do I know? I Googled it. That's all you have to do. If you look real close on this, see if I can get there. A thank you gift from UNCF. So it tells you right there. Now, the problem is, uh, in researching this spring, I found out that a lot of schools, elementary schools, have caught on to this, and it's first come, first serve. So a lot of these schools were ordering up seeds for all the children in the classroom, which I have a problem with because, one pack of seeds, that's like half the class right there. So you don't need all these seeds for all these children because they run out and other people aren't able to get to them. But I digress. The thing is, if you Google your area or certain parts of the country, again, it might be a little late in the season now. It's June, but there are places that will just give you seeds free. So that's another one. So what we've done wood ash, we've done coffee grounds, we've done free seeds, and number four is uh, pallets. That's kind of like a little bit off message, but again, we're talking about stuff that's free for the asking. I went to Walmart and I needed pallets for my garden. And I talked to the manager. I asked to speak to the manager, and the manager basically said I can have as many of the wooden pallets that I wanted. Now they have the newer plastic pallets. I'm saying newer, they're probably not new anymore. This is when I lived in the city. I'm kind of far out now, so the coffee grounds, the pallets, and things like that, takes me a while to get there to pick those up. But the wooden pallets, you would be surprised if you go to Pinterest or if you go um, and you Google um, ideas or projects that you can use with those pallets, especially in your garden or around your house. And then there's also um, YouTube videos that you can go to. So again, totally free. You have to go and pick them up, of course. They're not going to bring them to you, and you have to ask. So uh, I'm throwing in, I have two left to do, and I'm debating because this one, I told you I'll save the best for last, but I'm going to throw in this. This is the Arbor Day Foundation. Now, I'm hesitant to do this. I did another video on this. The Arbor Day Foundation membership is $12. So now, you can nitpick and say, you said free. Well, for $12 when you join, they will send you 10 free trees. They're not going to be like humongous trees. They're going to be trees that like fit in something like this for starters. But 10 trees free for a $12 membership, and you get the newsletter and there's a couple other things that you get. So it might be worth you checking them out because I've been dealing with them for a couple of years, and I mean, come on, um, that's like a little more than $1 a tree if you want to nitpick and say it's not free, but you get a lot of benefit from them. So, last but not least, drum roll. This is not something I have to show you, but something I'm going to tell you that I think will benefit you if you have the space. And this is the one where you don't have to leave your house, and that's called chip drop. Chip drop is obviously free. Um, there are these trucks, this company that goes all over and cut down a bunch of trees. Well, what do they do with the wood chips? They have to discard them, they have to get rid of them. So basically, they're free wood chips and mulch, and you sign up for it. And when they're in your neighborhood, they'll contact you and basically just drop them off. And you end up with a whole big pile of chips that you can use for your driveway, you can use for your garden, you can use for a lot of different things. So that's uh, that's the big one. I'll put a link in the bottom of this video if you're interested. Now, it's not a guarantee. I mean, it depends on when they're in your neighborhood, if they're in your neighborhood, and you definitely need the space for them to drop that off. And that's it. So this is just 5, really 6 if you count the Arbor Day Foundation, of the things that you can get for free. Free if you ask. So that's it. I'm the Frugal Gardener. Think outside the box. Gardening does not have to be expensive if you play your cards right. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. And I think that with the heat and with the way things are going, you might want to check out my shade cloth video, which is probably the thumbnail to the link is probably showing on the screen as we speak. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Remember, when you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. I'm the Frugal Gardener. You guys have a great day.